Can't hear you, Tiff.
Hi, everybody.
There you go.
Okay. Can you hear me now?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Can you hear me now?
What's up, Kat?
Hey y'all, how y'all doing?
Oh my God.
We are amazing. I'm so happy for us to be back. Listen, we take a few weeks away, and it seemed like it's for me. It seemed like it's forever. So I'm really, really glad to be back with y'all. We got a really,
Me
really
too.
tonight. Um, Many of you may know him because he's actually been on the platform before. So he is a friend of the network, Michael D. Finkley. So he is a fellow media representative. He is out here kind of on the grind in the streets. He is doing this thing on the media side, but he also has this amazing show that most of you guys may know. Actually, right after his name, it is the Michael Finkley Show. He's based out of South Carolina, but kind of all over the place, just the same way as we are. So he's coming on to the show tonight, definitely to update us on what's been going on. And then, listen, he is currently nominated for a Grammy, so he's going to be at the Grammys coming up. And he's got a whole lot of stuff going on that he's going to really be able to update us about. And if I'm not mistaken, he was on the platform before you ladies joined, right?
No, that I would not know.
I don't think, because do you remember him being on the show with you being
He
here?
was not with us.
Yeah,
Okay.
same.
Yeah, so it was, I think it was maybe a few weeks before you two came on to, or, became a part of the show. So
Okay.
this will be good because the both of you, well, you know who Michael Finkley is, Kat, but Tiff, you
Yeah.
to obviously meet him and just see what he's all about. But he's really doing a lot of the same stuff that we do. So it's going to be a really open and just kind of cool conversation. Again, a way to
Okay,
with him,
gotcha.
but we got a whole lot of stuff going on. I think really amongst all of us. I'm gonna start with Tiff Tiff. I'm gonna just start right off the bat with Tiff Tiff because Tiff Tiff has been talking to us for some time now about getting her nonprofit up and running. And let me tell y'all, Tiff Tiff got some things in order. I'm like, what? You did what? Huh?
You did what now?
Tiff is like really, really killing it out here, and she is doing some amazing things that's going to help so many other people out here who are suffering with cancer, or they are the family of somebody suffering with cancer, or friends. And I think it's really an amazing thing because you've come a long way in your journey, and you're still fighting. Like obviously you're cancer free, but you're still fighting because it's so much that comes behind you. Obviously having had treatment, and there's surgeries and all that kind of stuff. So it's really, really, really cool. Number one, of course, to see you doing so well, but then the fact that you really want to take that and you want to give it back to somebody else, and I think that's amazing. You have always been that person to do that kind of stuff. You kind of got me on board with, really doing that kind of stuff and really giving back. Like you as for as long as I've known you, you could be struggling, you could not have, but you're gonna make sure that somebody else have. Which gets me to the contest that's going to be going on tonight. And I know we have not put a flyer up or anything yet, but it's all cool because Tip Tip is going to talk about that today too. She has an amazing contest for you guys that is going to get you together for Thanksgiving coming up. So you definitely want to be all ears, get in on this. If you know some people that need to be in on it, get them on here so that they can see it as well. But I'm going to open it up to you, Tip Tip, just to talk a little bit about your nonprofit, and then we'll wait until later to tell them about the contest, just to get more people in here. But you can tell them about the nonprofit.
So, hi everybody. First of all, I want to apologize for the glitching. I'm on my computer, so it may seem like a little couple of seconds delayed. But yes, I am like all smile because of the wonderful things that God has in store for me and everybody that has been in my corner thus far. Like these two wonderful people right here and other people that's been in my corner, my family and my friends. So it is, I'm doing a nonprofit breast, ovarian, cervical cancer support center, and it will be spearheaded here, hopefully in here in Akron, Ohio, hopefully out of my church home, St. John CME Church on 1233 South Hawkins Street, where our brand new pastor, Justice Dr. Reverend Morris, James Morris. We have a brand new pastor who came aboard this summer. So if you guys are in lieu of just looking for a church home or just to come and visit, please come out to St. John on 1233 South Hawkins Avenue. It will consist of just for right now a support system. I will be having like exercise classes, support grieving classes for people who has actually lost loved ones due to those three things: breast, ovarian, or cervical cancer. And then after that, within the near future, I will be actually upholding prostate cancer, because it's a lot of men of color that have prostate or have been a prostate survivor. So, just look it up. It's a lot. The percentage is high in Black male. So, I have a family member who had prostate cancer. So, just be looking out for that. And also, it will be that I will be also doing a clothing drive as well as a food bank drive as well. So, it's a lot. Please, by all means, reach out to me. T Millier 77 at outlook.com if you need more information. The classes, we have a church that does it, but I really want to give back. I always like to give back. I always like to give information, as far as where to get a doctor, your oncologist, as well as when you are ready for your reconstructive. I have a wonderful reconstructive surgeon named Dr. Derek Cody, wonderful African American doctor. He works with me. He works on me as well as work with me. I know a lot of people. I can get you anything if you just want to talk and have another ear to talk to. Hey, I am here for you. So, yes, James, I am glad that you are allowing me to even come on the podcast to even speak about my nonprofit. That is a big deal for me as well for you guys. We would like a lot of viewers to come on. So, we will be having. I'm sorry if you guys hear the the dog in the background playing with his toy. Some doctor will be trying. I will try to have some doctors on here, to talk. So, what did you say, Jack?
No, I was saying we hear that noise.
Like I said, we're going.
Yes, that's why my face was
so.
noise in the background. Okay, so now
I didn't know. I'm like, is somebody's washer going?
The dog.
Dryer going or something? I'm like, wait, what's that going? But yeah, that sounds so amazing, sis. Congratulations.
I agree. I think it's really dope. Obviously, it's good to be able to bring it onto this platform and to be able to talk about it. So I think that's a really good thing. So congratulations on getting it up and running. Like, it's a lot that obviously goes into it. So kudos to you on getting that up and going. Now the next thing that I want to really make emphasis on is Cat Queen, because Cat Queen has something really, really amazing going on as well. And listen, I'm gonna give y'all a little hint about what this amazing going on. Look at that. Look at that right there.
Okay, cousin.
Take it away, Cat Queen. Tell everybody what's happening.
Okay. Well, first of all, I think Tiffany may got a little echo or something going on with you. Can you turn your volume down just a little bit? Okay, there we go. Okay, guys. So tomorrow will be the first episode, the premiere special episode of Cat Got Your Tongue. And we are going to be having special guest Charity Ivana, who will be opening up at the House of Blues next Wednesday, the day before Thanksgiving. So she is headlining. She has a couple artist spotlights out, a couple write-ups. She also was an artist in residency at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. So she does a lot of events. So people, you can't run into somebody in Cleveland and they don't know Charity Ivana. So she will be joining me for my premiere episode. So we're going to chop it up, get all the details about her concert. I'm going to, of course, have some hot topics for you guys. And Charity is going to stay on and do a little hot topics with me. And we're going to do some fun segments. I'm going to be having some interactive things. You guys are going to be able to send me some things that I might read them right here. Well, not here, but on Cat Got Your Time. So I'm really excited, you guys. I have a couple people that are already lined up to be on this season with me, and I'm ready. I know we've been talking about it. I know I've been talking about it for over a year, but this show has literally been in development for over a year, has been in development. So tomorrow at 8 p.m., please, you can stream it right here. So yeah.
Listen, I think it's dope. I think that it's been a lot of fear on your side as far as like it's really getting out there. I know the stuff you had been telling me, like as far as computers, and I was like, nah, she's scared. She's just scared to get it out there right now. You know what the thing is? You got to take your time and do it when you're ready. So you can't rush it. You can't worry about what everybody else talking about and people saying, come on, let's do it or bring it to. You got to do it when you feel like you are ready. And I think that this is the time for you to do it. Like this is really the time for you to do it. You've been getting out there. We've been networking. Now people really know who you are and what you're doing out. And it's really a good time for you to get out there. And I know you're going to take it and run with it. So it's really this helps the network too. So now we're going to have another podcast running on the network. Cat Got Your Tongue is, I ain't going to tell you what I was going to say. Cat Got Your Tongue tomorrow. I think it's really, really dope. I'm happy for you. I'm proud of you because I know you've been wanting to do this and you've been talking about it. And it's a lot of fear in that. Like the reality is before I started doing this podcast, I really had done no lives, like YouTube, like I barely live on Instagram. So like coming into this, it was just like, you be kind of like a deer in the headlights. And you like, what do I say? Right. Extra stuff about, am I saying it right? Or is people paying attention? Or are they sitting somewhere laughing? Or what? It's a lot of stuff going on in your mind when you first start doing this. And it takes some time to get used to it and to be comfortable with it. And then to just kind of feel like you at home talking to somebody that's sitting in your face. But now I feel like more of a natural with it. Whereas this time a year ago, I still was like self-conscious about being online and like that kind of stuff. So I think like I still can't do like, you know how people come on, like content creators, they come on and they do the news or they do their news stories and all of that stuff, and it just be them and they be talking with like the viewers and all that stuff. I still can't even halfway do that yet. Like I'm self-conscious when I do it. So it all takes time. You have to grow with it and you just take your time. But I know you got something to say, Kat.
Right. Yeah, no, really. And working with you guys especially has helped, just hone in on these skills. But I'm just really excited. This show, I'm going to have a lot of social media stars. I have a lot of movie stars, producers, business owners, rappers, singers, a lot of people that you guys know. So please, I'm telling you, it's going down. So
now I think that this is amazing. The cool thing is that we have become so well connected, within this industry, as far as just us podcasting and doing the show and having a network and having a radio station now. Which again, if you guys have not paid attention, UGD Radio is up and running. You can get us on Apple Music. You can get us on TuneIn. Either of those you can download and you can pull up UGD Radio or UG Digital Radio, and you can listen away. We have lots of content, lots of shows that are going to be hitting, a lot of pre-programmed content that's going to be hitting, but then we also have the Entertainment Plug, which is running on Saturdays. We have Real Talk with Reese, which runs on Saturday, and we have some other shows that are going to be coming up as well. So I see you guys getting in the comments. Thank you guys so much. Kathy, we're good to see you. And it's just a lot happening. So, like, we're really glad that you guys are keeping up with us. Make sure that you guys, follow us across social media. And actually, I should have had our banner running up the top to see that it was not running yet. Our guest should be in with us really any minute now. We are going on about 7:20, just about. So Michael Finkley is going to be popping in pretty soon. Did you guys catch our live that Cat Queen and I did this past Monday with Major? Sing a little bit of that song, Cat, because I can't.
Major, oh my God, I can't even. My voice is woo, baby. Michaela, she literally just kept singing that song over and over. Like, I couldn't get enough of it. And she kept getting the remote, going to YouTube and everything. Oh my gosh. And then she was remixing it with something.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, DJ Kayla. But no, I'm saying Major said he was gonna show me it's a line dance to the other song too.
Yeah.
So I'm like Kayla was hitting this is why I love you.
There you go.
This is why I love you. I was like, oh, but then she kept saying, this is why I love you. Doing like that. I'm like, girl, what kind of Cowboy Carter remix you putting on this thing?
Right.
But yeah, that conversation with Major, I can't describe it as anything else but Major. It
Absolutely.
was amazing. If you guys haven't checked it out, make sure you go back and look at that episode. We had a wonderful conversation. It was so powerful. And you see his new single is called I Prayed for You. And he did just that. He prayed for us. He gave us such an anointing, and he let us know that he was so impressed with our professionalism and our journalistic skills. So yes, that was one of the best interviews I've had in a long time. I loved it.
Yeah, I thought it was really dope. I thought it was something that both of us needed.
Wow.
He really took note.
I hate that I wasn't on there. I was.
Yeah, and it'll be more opportunities. He actually vowed that that he was going to come back and do more stuff with us. He said you could tell that he really appreciated just the opportunity of being on the platform, and then again, the professional nature in which we came to him, and he could tell that we did our research, and he made it clear that he's not really used to a lot of people. A lot of people in this day and time necessarily having research kind of him and what he has going on, that sort of thing. And we knew about a lot of stuff already. But then that also is because we both follow. But I thought it was really dope. It was a really cool opportunity. Of course, there's going to be a lot more opportunities like that coming toward us. There's a lot of stuff going on right now. A lot of events are going on that we'll be able to make it out to now, and really, start really getting things pushed out there a little bit more. But that was a really, really dope opportunity. I had a good time with it. And I think that really was it as far as like kind of announcements and little stuff like that I had kind of at the top of the show. Still waiting for our guests to come in. You want to hit us with a couple topics?
Okay, guys, let me see. Let me pick up a good one.
There's a lot going on.
It's a lot going on. So, let me see. Let's start off with the event of the weekend, guys. I don't know if you guys caught it, but did y'all catch the Mike Tyson fight?
I didn't see it.
To see them duking it out.
I didn't see it. I mean, clearly I know he lost, but
I was there live watching it, but I dang near couldn't watch it because Netflix kept spinning. And I said, I know y'all ain't doing this to me when I'm spinning right on y'all. Like, it was ridiculous. They said it was like 90% of users were out to the point where they had to keep stalling and doing other things to fill up this time because it was not on. I'm sitting there like, now I got money on this fight. and I need to see what's going on. So if you guys are not aware, legendary boxer Mike Tyson had a fight with Jake Paul, who is a YouTuber turned fighter, on a Netflix special. This was not any kind of sanctioned fight. This was not for any title or any belt. This was just so-called a match between them. And from somebody watching it, it looked more like a sparring match. I don't know how much of a fight it was. It looked like two old friends just playing around. They were literally playing in our faces, and I was very upset about it. But I did win $40, so I wasn't too mad. But what do you guys think about the fight? Did you guys hear about it? Did you have any money on it? Did you guys have any predictions about who would win?
I'm gonna keep it all the way funky with you. I absolutely didn't have any money on it. Yeah, I absolutely didn't have any money on it, and I know people gonna give me hell for this, but I kind of didn't know it was going on until maybe a couple hours before it happened. And like I was out Ubering actually, and somebody got in the car and they started talking about the fight and the fight party. So then I got to thinking, and I still hadn't really caught on. So I was thinking like, I should probably have a fight party or something. I wonder what day the fight is gonna be. My stupid ass, I didn't even realize the fight is tonight. So
you a little late, homeboy.
I was real. Yeah, I was very late. So I didn't have no money on it.
Okay, I can't hear.
Then, once I knew it was going on, I kind of just was like, okay, whatever. I did.
So
obviously, I heard the stats and all of that kind of stuff, so I knew that he lost and all of that.
So the fight started at 8, right? And they had all these matchups before. They didn't start fighting until well after midnight. It was ridiculous. By the time they started fighting, James, I was what happened? That's how it was. Because it was a snooze fest. The fight before that was good. It was these two girls. It was Taylor versus Serrano. Now them girls that was the fight for me. I was in there like, girl, duck, guard your head, pull back, but it was really good. But it was ridiculous. But the best part of the fight wasn't even a fight. The best part is, they were doing media coverage and stuff backstage. Where the heck did Mike Tyson find some boxer thongs? Did y'all see Mike Tyson's booty? Comment down below if you saw Mike Tyson's cheeks, because I sure did. And I was highly upset.
Yeah.
I was highly upset and offended. It was just a mess. I think they just was playing. I think they was just fooling around. I don't think, they said that Jake Paul won $40 million and Mike Tyson got $20 million from this. So it really was, they really won for real. So
but do you feel like 20 million? Listen, 20 million is 20 million. We all could find use for $20 million. But do you feel like $20 million was worth like killing your legacy? Like, I don't know.
Well, Mike Tyson just recently had an interview.
Hang on 1 second. Tiff, I'm muting it as you move it makes a lot of noise. So don't unmute it until you finish with adjusting.
Okay.
Okay, go ahead.
So Mike Tyson did an interview. It was a child actually interviewing him, and she said, what do you think about legacy and what do you leave behind and blah blah blah. This dude sat up there and said, legacy, that don't mean nothing to me. When we gone, we dead and gone, we're dust. Girl was sitting there like,
yeah, I caught that.
Well, thank you, Tyson. It was just like, dang, you didn't have to crush her hopes and dreams, Tyson. They could have just said something nice. But
and she was like, I've never heard it put that way, but okay.
She handled, now that little girl was a professional. She handled it very well, because I would have been flabbered. My flabbers would have been gasted, okay? It was just, I couldn't believe he said that. But, he said he doesn't care about his legacy. He out here, I think he has a younger female girlfriend, wife type person that he's spending on and doing all this. So I think he just wanted some money to enjoy his golden years And I think that it all was, planned, because it looked like it was literally planned for Jake to win.
Yeah, I
He
can't really
slapped
speak on
him.
that because
He slapped him during the weigh-in, and it just, the moment I put my money on Jake is, they were doing some promo before, and I saw them taking pictures where they was acting like they was punching each other, and they were really like, I got you. And I said, this is fake. I said, let me go on and put my money on Jake Paul, because if Tyson, now I have seen Tyson still sparring people to this day, and he still got it. He did not hit him with nothing. And Jake claimed he was scared to hurt him, so he just, I don't know, but y'all, all I know is I seen Mike Tyson's booty cheeks, and I'm ready to bite his ear off for that. Okay.
Well, my whole thing was my whole thing was I was ready to see the fight, so I didn't even renew. I thought I renewed it when I saw that they took $25 out of my account. So I was like, oh yeah, y'all are fooling. But then to kind of find out I had to renew it. So I was like, you know what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just pay the $7.40 that was.
Mm-hmm.
So it come on. I fell asleep, to be quite honest. And then KJ fell asleep.
I told you.
Fell asleep too. Me and dude woke up and we was like, okay, the fight is on. Like, we gonna shake it off. So I'm like looking, and he's, bobbing and weaving. I said, he trying to find that one good shot to knock him out. But the whole time he dragging his foot like one of the monsters off a Scooby-Doo show. And I'm like, what is going on? Like, hit the dude already. So it really wasn't that. At the end of the day, it really wasn't no fight. I did not even kind of figure that they was throwing the fight for money until at the end. He said he got, how much was it? 25
He
mil?
got 20 million, and Jake got 40. So
yeah, Jake got 40.
They came up, and I think that Jake Paul, because he has that background as being a YouTuber and a prankster, and no one takes the Paul brother serious. So I think this was him trying to solidify himself as a real, a real fighter.
Right.
Do I think that this was a real fight? No. Did it really give him any credit? I don't think it really gave him what they should have did is they should have hired those people that choreograph the wrestlers, and you need to get with The Rock or somebody. Learn how to take a dive. Learn how to, I should have seen some blood. It should have been
it should have been something going on.
Something for 20 million, for 60 million that we spending. I mean, come on, you couldn't nibble on something. Tyson,
bro.
I seen him biting his.
Okay, and then that was another thing, because the guy was like,
I said, okay, he locked.
Why are you biting your glove? And not? He said, well, it wasn't the thing that I do. I did the thing, and I was like, yeah, he was kind of biting his glove, but he was like, I said, probably trying to get away from going back when he bit Holyfield's ear off.
He was getting a little taste.
He was a little hungry. I was just a little hungry. All that money, get your teeth fixed, bruh, or something going on. I mean, bruh.
He never even got the tattoo removed. So,
No, he never got the tattoo removed.
I mean,
I shouldn't have said that. I'm sorry, God.
I would rather him have his natural teeth than everybody walk around with these buckaroos. Everybody got these big old veneers. Like, dang.
Cat, bro.
Like you about to chop through
He was so tired, though.
Like, oh my God.
He was so tired. He was tired. He was tired. Like, that was like one of the worst fights. But come on, y'all knew something was up when Netflix hosted it and nobody had to pay for it.
Right.
Except for the little fucking $7.49.
Right. But their servers really couldn't hold it. And so I guess they're supposed to be having some kind of Beyonce event. And users are worried because they're saying, y'all better not pause my stream during Beyonce.
Well, we had to watch it on my phone. We ended up having to watch it on my phone. So it came on and I'm like, dang, well, maybe I needed to get the highest one, the $25 one, or however much it was, to watch it. But then come to find out, because he even said it at the end. He was like, yeah, Netflix shut down the whole world. So, but we caught it just as good on my phone. Just as good.
Yeah, well, I was snoring away during it. It was a snooze fest. So I won't be present at the next fight. But
Yeah, I ain't gonna be present because dude
it
already said he'll whoop his ass. I said,
yeah.
oh, for him to say he did, didn't he, James? Oh, well, James didn't watch it. He did. He said, man, I'll whoop your ass. Like, what? On national TV? He didn't say that because if I was Mike, I would have slapped him right there.
He did slap him. But yeah, it was the memes. The memes were more entertaining than the fight.
I didn't
And
even see the memes.
girl, they had Tyson walking down the runway with his little booty out. I don't know. Like, yeah, it was funny. But yeah, let's get some more qualified people next time. Look, I was tired for him. I bet. Yeah. She know he was too old to be in that ring. He should have been sitting down somewhere.
Yeah, that was a mess. That was a whole mess. You had the knee brace on. First of all, let's get that established. You have a knee brace on and you trying to fight. And Pope thing, he didn't really have enough time to, get the muscles, get them little six packs right. The man was what was he? 60-something years. Come on, people.
Right. Well,
Yeah.
let's
he did his best
guys.
though,
I'm ready for this interview.
Yeah. Well, okay, so we're gonna freeze a little bit on the topics, and we're gonna come back, of course, like we always do. After the main event, I shall call it. Listen, I told you guys a little bit in the beginning, but we're really happy to have our guest on tonight, Michael Finkley. Again, many of you may know him because he is the host of the Michael Finkley Show. That show is now in season 8. So he's doing some really, really big things on his end. As of today, he is Grammy nominated. So he's going to be part of the upcoming Grammy Awards. So we're definitely going to talk a little bit about that. But it's really just a good opportunity to have him on the platform. He's always been tremendously supportive of what we have going on here. I'm sorry, not just with Transcending Culture, but with the network as a whole. So really, really a cool thing, cool opportunity. I'm glad that many of you now who didn't get a chance to see him the last time, which probably was about this time last year, but many of you didn't get an opportunity to see him on the platform. So he is back. If you all would join the three of us in welcoming Mr. Michael Finkley to the program. What's up, sir?
Hey, y'all.
Hey, y'all. What's up?
Hey, Mike.
What's going on?
Hi.
Mike and Knight.
What's up? What's up?
Listen, she done gave you a nickname.
I'll take
Right. Already.
I'll take it. Come on.
Let's go, like my son say.
Man, listen, I'm elated to have you on the platform. It's really, I don't want to say full circle, but I mean, obviously this time a year ago, I reached out to have you on the platform. Had really just, really picked up on your brand and everything that you had going on. Had been getting your emails for a while. And I said, okay, well, let's try and see if he'll come on the platform. And of course, when I sent out, I was like, he's probably going to say no. Like, who's this guy? I don't have time for this shit. Like, what the hell's going on? But, you willingly came on. We had an amazing time when you came on the last time. And I took so much away from it just in terms of what I'm doing, kind of confirmation and validation of what I'm doing, and knowing that, hey, I really am doing a good job out here and I'm doing some stuff. But it was cool to see all of the things that you had going on then and how that has grown and progressed to where you are today, Mr. Grammy nominated, Michael D. Finkley. So I really am grateful for you coming on the platform. You know how big it is and how difficult it is sometimes just to keep up on your guests and keep people on the platforms and interesting people on the platform. So I appreciate you. I really thank you for coming onto the platform, and you get to meet Cat Queen and Tiff Tiff because they were not here the last time you came.
Yeah, it wasn't. No. Hey, y'all.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm good. How you doing?
All right.
Oh, we're gonna bring that back.
We're gonna bring it back.
How you doing? That's my thing right there. Mr. Finkley, I'm so excited.
Absolutely.
So,
Oh,
so
Uh-oh.
we done lost Mr.
We
Finkley.
done, we done lost. Cat,
Oh
stop scaring them off.
no! Every time, dang,
Yeah.
dang.
We sorry. She done scared
I'm
you
sorry.
off, Finkley.
I'm back. I'm back.
Okay.
I'm back. Mm-hmm.
So where do we start? Where do we start, Michael? I was going to say Mr. Finkley, but this is you. You know the reality.
We don't have that conversation.
The reality is your family now. So
Oh,
where do we start with this?
where you want to start? In the beginning?
I
How
think
did
that,
you? How did you? So,
Um,
Mike, since me and Kat, this is our first time meeting you, so we would like to know how did you get started?
there you go.
Let's get that established. How did you
um,
get started?
Use your phone.
I don't know what's up. I don't know. Hold on, wait, y'all, because we having technical difficulties and stuff.
Tech,
Okay.
tech, tech, tech. We haven't.
We having tech,
We
tech,
haven't.
Let's just
We
do
haven't.
this.
tech. We
Let's just
having
do
tech,
this. Yeah,
that's
Nicole.
we're
fine.
gonna do this.
Difficulties. We having tech, Nicole. Difficulties. We having tech, Nicole. Difficulties. We having tech, Nicole. Difficulties. Hey.
That's why I got Drake just for that moment. Just for that moment. Just for that moment.
Yes.
How did I get started? My mama was in radio for years, and um, I always liked the way she did things. You know, she was a DJ. She did things in the community, and I was always that child. I always went with her. So, um, I just always liked what she did. You know, she was using her voice and using her talents, and I didn't realize what they were at the time. But I was like, I like this, mama. So I didn't know that years later that I'll be doing the same thing. I know that I will be, um, in that same arena as my mama was. And so when the pandemic came around, 2020, when we were all just home, twiddling our thumbs and trying to find something to do and mind our own businesses, uh, this show came about. The idea came back to me. I'm like, I do want to do that. But I'm like, I don't know nothing about editing. I don't know nothing about no podcast, no YouTube. I'm like, what is I don't know how to do this stuff. I don't know what I'm doing. What's going on? So so time went on. I'm like, I'm just gonna do it. I'm gonna turn on my phone and start talking. And that's what I did. I turned on my phone and I started talking. And I had a little Android back then, and I turned it on. It was just I had no space to do nothing with because I never deleted anything. So I just started talking. In 2020, April 13th, I launched the show, and I haven't stopped talking since. I would have never known where God was going to take this show. I just want to talk about current events and education and that kind of thing, but I was like, you need to, spruce up a little bit. You need to give the people some more. And I'm like, what you want me to give them? He's like, don't worry about it, I got you. So, but yeah, that's how it all started. I never did like my voice. I hated my voice at one period in time. But I grew to love it. And in the package it came around with as well. So, but yeah, that's how it all started. Humble beginnings in little country state of South Carolina.
Oh
Well, seeing
wow.
that you did not like your voice, did you ever think about like getting voice lessons? Did anybody like give you some like pointers on how to use your voice?
My mom would every now and again, because of what she went to school for it, and
Okay.
she studied it, and all that kind of good stuff. But when I
Mm,
really started honing into what my voice looked like and sound like was high school, because I
okay.
was always, believe it or not, I'm still a little shy. People don't
Okay.
believe it, but
Oh.
shut up, James. Um, but I'm a shy little boy, and
Okay.
but I was always pushed out front. And
Right.
because of that, I was made to speak. And when I really discovered my voice of saying, I don't sound like the people I live with or I hang around with, I'm like, why don't I sound like them? And they're
Mm,
like, because you're different and it's okay
okay.
to be different. And once I realized that, I'm like, okay, it's okay. It's all
Gotcha.
right. It's all right.
Well, you
Right.
used it very well. Now you're out. So now are you out there just giving your voice to anybody else that's going through the same thing as you?
Yeah, I'm just telling them that it's okay to be different, right?
Absolutely.
Especially coming from a very rural area. Mullins is one of those cities, and I'm sorry, not cities, towns,
Hmm.
where it's you know everyone knows everybody. Little
Right.
country rural area, right? But great things come from Mullins. If you heard of the Terrell Show, Terrell is from Mullins, and
Mm.
um, he was just drafted to the NFL, the Panthers, Xavier Leggett. So yeah, so great things do come from Mullins. The lady that wrote "Lean on Me" in that movie,
Yeah.
from Mullins, from Mullins.
Wow.
Um,
Oh, didn't know that.
uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yes, Sugar Ray Mullins. Listen, Luther
Marvelous.
Vandross. Luther
Not
Vandross is
Luke,
from this
not
area as
Luther.
well. Yes, he is.
Oh,
Yes, he is.
wow.
Yes, he is.
See, you
Oh,
ain't
But
shy.
wow.
You
yeah.
better stop that. You better stop it. Knock it off. Look at him, y'all. He blushing. Oh.
Oh, you can see it. No, that's just that powders I got on. What you see it?
So, like, did you find? I, I guess it can kind of be a gift and a curse. Like, obviously being from such a small city,
Hmm.
like seemingly there's not really a whole lot going on there. But then on the flip side of it, did you find that the support was a little better because you kind of knew everybody and everybody knew you?
Yeah, they're egging you on, in the sense of you can do it, baby. Oh, look at the baby go. You can do it and all that kind of good stuff. My family, of course, is supportive. Anything that I
Right.
do. So yeah, but it's different when you're a child, and then when you come back as an adult. Because I moved back to my city.
Mm.
Okay.
Um, so it's different in both ways. As a child, it's like okay, you can do it, but then when you come back, it's like where's the even though you're still getting the good job, but where's the support, right?
Right.
Um, so yeah, I have a problem with that sometimes, but I'm like, God, I got to work on me.
So how did you ultimately how did you take the Michael Finkley show from doing it on that little Android? How did you get it to where it is now, where you are 8 seasons in
I'm
and
8 seasons.
Wow.
who
Congratulations
That's
on that.
crazy.
Thank you. Oh my word! Like I said, I would have never known where I would that this yellow brick road of blessings would take me. I tell you, when I was in like maybe season three, latter part of season two, season three ish. Um, Again, just sticking to the realm of education because I'm an educator. I've been in education now for the past 13 years. Getting students ready for college and their careers, all that kind of good stuff. That was important to me. So that was the platform of my show to inform, educate, and inspire through that mode. But when I first realized that I was on the path of something else is when my first PR person reached out to me by way of email and that's like, hey, we want our guest on your show. I'm like, on my show?
Mhm.
All right, as I'm reading the email, I'm like, why? I'm like, we don't do stuff like that. What's going on?
right?
But I did it, and it completely turned things around in that mode. And so we celebrate all people that come on the show. And we got more entertainers, persons want to promote their movies, their sitcoms, their books, their songs, all this other kind of good stuff. It came along with it. It definitely came along with it. And so from that, I was able to go to different award shows. I went to the Stellars multiple times. The Oscars last year, well, this past year, different things in Atlanta because I'm just 5 hours away from Atlanta. So yeah, it just catapulted into something I never thought that I would see, and I tell you, it's been a blessing. It's just definitely been a blessing.
Absolutely.
I get so giddy.
Like, do you find yourself kind of celebrating that first guest that you had?
Oh yeah, my first guest I had when I first started the show, the first guest I had were we were talking about COVID in education. And so, I didn't know how to work Zoom back then. So what I would do was I had like maybe I had a student, I had a teacher, two teachers, and a parent. I had four people on that first show. And what I went I said, y'all, I'm doing this show, don't know how to do nothing, but I need you to give testimonial of how are you coping during COVID. So I reached out to each one of them, and each one of them sent me a video, and I just pieced it all together.
Oh,
I'm just like, I look at it now, it's like I could have just did a big old Zoom call and just had it.
right.
I ain't know nothing. I ain't know nothing. Yeah,
Yeah. I
but
mean,
yes,
that's
we
cool
still
though.
support each other too.
I feel like it's a testament to what do they call it? Stick to itiveness. I
Hmm.
think it's really a true testament to really sticking with something. You fell into it. You started with it. You didn't really know kind of the ins and the outs and necessarily what you were doing, but you just kind of figured your way through it. And look at you now, like 8 seasons in. Um,
And
Kind of
yeah,
tell us how the seasons work a little bit. And the only reason I asked that is because you and I just had a conversation a couple of days ago, and I know when your season starts and when it goes until, and then
mhm.
you take your summer vacation. Oh, get on my nerves. So when you take your so how in 4 years has that culminated into 8 seasons?
Yeah, so what I used to do, I didn't realize that I had the power to control my seasons. And
Yeah,
so I was on my very first network, and I was talking with her one day, and it's like, yeah, you can control your own stuff. I'm like, really? I'm like, oh, okay. So that first season literally lasted a whole year because I was just doing shows. And then what I used to do was that when I would start in August, from August to December, that would be a season. And then from January to May, that would be a season. So I did that for a while.
makes
But then I
sense.
was like, you know what? Um, One of my sisters, my sister's sister, they share the same father. Um, she is in music. And I was like, you know what? I want a theme song. I want an intro song that kind of fits my show, and she did it for me, and she included the word daytime. And I'm like, yeah, daytime, that's the end I'm looking for.
Yeah,
And so because it comes on Mondays at 12 p.m., and so I'm like, daytime, yes, 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 that's what I want. And so for me to get ready, to stay ready, I gotta get ready. And so what I did was a few seasons ago, I started modeling after what daytime does. And so I'll start my season in August, and I'll end it in May.
yeah.
And I take off my summers, and then I come back in September.
No, I think
Yeah.
that's. I think it's. I actually like the way you model it now. Like after,
Yeah.
the
Me too. Yeah.
I think that works a lot better. And then just in terms of publicists and celebrities or whomever it is, in terms of people looking at your platform, it's like one of the daytime shows. So I think that I would imagine
Yeah.
it probably helps you
It
do a lot better.
it is because a few seasons ago I realized I was like, wait, kept watching Sherry, kept watching Jennifer, kept watching Tamron, and I'm like, wait, we're interviewing the same people.
Right, absolutely.
We're literally interviewing. She was just on my show. Like, what in the world? So yeah, I fit in the ranks of that. Yeah, sure
No,
do.
I think it's dope. I think there's a whole element of your own that you bring, to the television game. And
Thank
I
you.
think it's something that's needed, especially from us. Like obviously you have the Sherrys and you have the Jennifer Hudsons and other people or others like us who are doing shows, but you're like one of one. So I think there's a lot that you bring to the table just in terms of your show. I think it's really awesome. Um, where do you feel like you want the Michael Finkley show to go? Like you're 8 seasons in, what do you feel like you want to
Yeah,
do, next?
yeah, definitely. I'm gonna keep going. I'm on a terrific network now called CTR Media Network. With Tina and Curtis Ramsey. They're fantastic and a great team of podcasters. And they're always taking me on as well. It's like, you're not tame to us. Go out and explore. And so when that time comes, I don't mind entertaining an agreement with Fox
Right.
or CBS or ABC. The view's not gonna last forever,
Yeah.
right? Kelly's not gonna last forever. Jennifer's not gonna last forever, so they're going to be looking for different talents to come in and fill these different voids. And
Absolutely.
so I don't mind at all coming in and with the Michael Finkley show and going and continue on the legacy of daytime television. So
Absolutely.
I definitely believe with all of my heart, soul, and sinew that that's going to happen.
Now
It's
you
definitely going to happen.
now you mentioned CTR Network. What role do they play for you?
Yes, so that's the network I'm on. Again, it's a network of podcasters like myself. And within that, we're global, more than 100 million homes globally. So everyone gets that amazing audience, and then also too expanding on to Roku TV. There's some things down there working on behind the scenes that I'm going to actually announce later, in probably in the when the new year begins. But yeah, having that reach. So yeah, I've been with now for, oh my word, oof, I guess let's just say started a few years ago. But yeah, yeah, that's where I am. That's where I'm housed right now.
Okay, okay. No, I think that's truly awesome. There's so much that you are showing that the average person who really wants to be able to do this. And what I like about what you do and what I do is that we're showing people that not only can you do it, but you can do it under your own terms, and you can do it the way that you want.
Period.
You don't have to listen to what somebody else is telling you as far as how you
Exactly.
present it, or what you have to say, or who you have to talk to, and that sort of thing. You bring on who you feel fits the message that you're trying to get out. I think it's truly amazing. Like there's so many people, obviously, in the media business, and I think of the U's and the I's when a lot of these people are being terminated from their jobs or is being pulled from under them, and they've been in media for X amount of time, but they have no clue how to get it going on their own.
Yeah.
So I think that you and I are like light years ahead of so many of these people who are out there, and I think we're definitely on to something. So I love everything it is that you are doing. Before I kick it back to the ladies, talk a little bit about your radio work because, of course, you're on the radio every Friday.
Why not just live? Don't limit yourselves, people. Don't limit yourselves. So, how that came about actually was season 5 or 6. They kind of run together a little bit for me now. They are. I started a new segment called Community Spotlight, where I wanted to bring in someone from the community doing incredible things worldwide, and just give them that chance to talk and just express, what do you do? How do you do it? How can we donate? How can we, just exposure for them? And so one of the local personalities here in South Carolina, uh, he saw what I was doing, and he's like, I mean, he's also a pastor, so I've been praying about this for a while, and he's like, I want you to join my morning show, my radio morning show. I'm like, me? And I knew this was God ordained because the day before I was talking to one of the legends here in my hometown who's been on radio since before I was born, who literally kind of trained my mother as well. And I tell you, I was like, why aren't there more black males in radio? So he started giving his opinion, that kind of thing.
Yeah,
And the next day, he literally called me and asked me about that, on his segment. So it's been a year now,
yeah,
and I look up persons within their markets, radio markets, even outside their radio markets, for persons to be featured. We've had persons on from like New York, Detroit, Texas, South Carolina, DC, Florida, and California. That was fun
yeah,
because it's it was 7:30 over here when we have to do it, and it's like 4:30 their time in the morning. And that guest was for Sean Mitchell, gospel artist, and I was like,
yeah.
bro, thank you so much for thank you so because everything's done by phone. I'm like, thank you so much. Now go back to sleep. So, but it was so much fun. It's they make the sacrifice.
Right, right.
So but yeah, so it's fun. It's just again another outlet for persons to get featured, and I feel that's the part of that's what I'm all about too. I'm here to help people. My name may be on this, but as you can see within my interviews, I may ask the questions, but I want persons to give me the best answer they can. And
Right.
your this is your moment. Your feature. I do this every week. Listen, your feature for this moment and this time. So talk it away. Let's have a conversation. Yeah.
Right.
What my last question. What's been one
You
of
said that
the
last time.
see huh?
You said that last time.
Okay, don't do that. Don't do that. Listen, I'm gonna tell you which well, you probably already know which of your interviews this season has been one of my favorites, but you had a young lady on for your season open.
Hmm.
Talk a little bit about that from the the television movie with or the the movie that was it on Netflix or with
You're talking about Ursula.
yeah, Ursula.
Ursula O. Robinson. From Tyler Perry's Divorce in the Black and from
Yeah.
Tyler Perry's Beauty in Black. That Beauty in Black is on Netflix and Divorce in the Black is on Amazon Prime.
Oh, Amazon Prime.
And so, yeah, so what this is a funny story. So what happened was I didn't know who the lady was. And one of my other persons that was she was on the show a while ago and she's like, Finkley, you got to have this person on. You got to have this person on. And I'm like, okay, okay, whatever. She sent me a picture over. I'm like, who is this lady? I don't know who this lady is.
Right.
And so when I watched the first Tyler Perry movie, I'm like, oh, I'm like, this character is off the chain. I'm like, what? Then I started comparing, like the wheels started going, like the wheels on the bus go around. They started going round and round in my mind. I'm like, wait, 2 + 2 is 4. 3 × 2 is 6. That's this lady.
5 times 2 is 10.
Listen, I did all the multiplication tables. I'm like, this is that lady. And
Uh-huh.
so I reached back out very quickly. I'm like, oh my gosh, because it was just out and people watching it and it was still hot and it's still trending. I'm like, I gotta get this lady on. I gotta get this lady on. And so the best thing about it though is that she lives here in South Carolina, where I am. And so we got together, got a studio, or had it on deck, and bing bada boom, we did interview in person. And so we did it just enough time when Tyler Perry kicked off Beauty in Black on Netflix. It was, we're using footage to promote that too. So, very humble, down to earth person.
Absolutely.
She's also an educator, works at South Carolina State University, head of the drama there as well. And she just actually had a play not too long ago. But yeah, awesome talent, amazing talent. And I don't know why these people do, but they just open up. They just open up and they just we just again to have a conversation. That's what it's all about.
You got the
We
magic
cry,
touch,
we
huh?
laugh. That's guess what the Midas touch. I guess that's what they say.
Right.
I
Hmm.
guess that's what they say. But we have a good time. We have a good time, and like I said, there's just some guests. They just bear things that you don't hear in other outlets. I can go on and on with that, but yeah, we just have a good time. Yeah, but she's
Now, I
good. She's good. She
think
was
it's
she was the
cool.
first one.
Yeah, I think
Wow.
it's and it gives people a perspective just in terms of like the type of guests that you have on the platform.
Yeah.
We really do, really appreciate your platform. So I'm gonna kick it back to the ladies so they can get their
About
final.
time,
Yeah.
James Shush.
Yeah, so I wanted to y'all getting a little catty over there. I thought I was cat. I thought I was cat. But yeah, so let's keep the ball rolling on this guest question because James has his favorite interview and I have my favorite. I am a big Lavelle Crawford fan. And when
Period.
I saw that interview and how he opened up to you and it's so funny because certain people have little hints of certain things in their their routines and stuff and he talks a little bit about his spirituality here or there, but he really opened up to you. First of all, how did it feel to get that kind of revelation from him? It was almost like an exclusive of what is Lavelle, what's next, from Lavelle. How did you feel with him being able to open up so easily to you about that?
It shocked me. It really does. And it shouldn't today, but it still does because this is like I definitely provide a platform where they can just open up and share. I've heard many times from my guests. Even today, I was interviewing Tommy Davidson, and he was like, "You don't ask easy questions, Michael. You don't ask easy questions." So it's like, yeah, you're gonna think on this show, doggone it. You're gonna think on this show, and so, but when Lavelle revealed that, they're just like, wow, because I feel that you would have never, you don't, if you didn't know who he was and had to actually have a conversation with him, if you just saw the
Yeah.
jokes and good stuff, you would never expect that from him. But
Yeah.
he
Right.
revealed literally, he's like, once I'm done with comedy, I want to save souls. I'm
Yeah.
like,
Mhm.
Oh wow.
wow, wow.
Mm.
And he's like, I want to get a little church and just save souls. I'm like, wow. So
Mm.
yeah, those moments like that makes me just reflect and think this is why this show exists today. This is why
Right.
this show is here today. From moments like that. And the best part about what I'm learning too is that these moments don't need to go viral. As long as the guest is satisfied, they're comfortable in what they're saying, what they're doing on this platform, that's a win right there for me. Because now they're like, you ever heard of this man called Michael Finkley? Right? He made me say this, and this.
Yes.
And so that gets the word out. And from that episode, if you look on his website, if you look on his official website, I am the only social media type show on his website. He has all the other major
Mm.
Wow.
persons, but that interview is the only social media ish podcast ish on his website.
Wow. And I think that just shows the testament how much they trust you. And when
Exactly.
you have that journalistic
Whoa, they
intent
all.
and yeah, yeah, the trust word, that's a very strong word. But when you have that journalistic integrity and especially your personality, and I think that silky voice also kind of comes
Don't start
together
nothing.
and just makes you feel comfortable. No, because you got that voice. I'm like, is he what's next for Michael? Is he gonna get into voice acting? I'm ready for you to be talking about they have the meats. I'm ready.
That's that
Um,
Mufasa
So
voice.
right, yeah, they need a new Mufasa. God rest his soul. He ain't too cold in the grave, but I throw Michael Finkley's name in the hat for
let's go. This is
that
on the
distinct
list.
voice. Um, so what I really wanted to know is everything about the Grammy. Oh my God, the Grammy nomination. Please, first of all, tell us what it is for. Let the transcenders know what you are nominated, what you had your hand in. And then I really want to get you to explain exactly what you specifically did. What was your role?
Yeah.
How did that come about? And how did he
Yes.
trust you with this amazing album?
Yes. Yes.
Obviously, he put it in the right hand. So please give us all the details.
Give us
I'm
the
gonna give you all the tea.
tea,
I'm gonna give you all the tea. With all the tea.
Finley.
So, okay, trending. So, I'm gonna start from the beginning. Uh, how it actually began, and it began because of my show. I'm telling you, when you follow your heart and your passions, it will lead you to places where you don't even probably think that you could even get to in a lifetime, but I'm telling you it
Mm.
did. So I'm always again looking for an interesting guest, and his name is Antonio Vergara, and he's out of Ecuador. And so I was always just looking for interesting guests. And so last year this time he was nominated for a Latin Grammy for being an engineer.
Mm.
Again, music, that's his thing. And so he was the first guest ever where I had to have an interpreter. He understands English well, he just
Mm.
doesn't speak it.
Oh, okay.
Had an intern. I'm like, I'm in the big leagues. I got an interpreter on the show, y'all. Look,
Oh,
mama,
fancy.
look. You go listen. We got a conversation. So we had a conversation and we talked about his Latin Grammy nomination, and we were just going on and on and on and on. And after that, once the show's over, I definitely need to start doing like an after show segment because this would be some good stuff on that too. Because I keep recording. But out of respect, a lot of them they're like, "Don't please don't share this." And so even though I have the information. I don't because again I want to establish that trust. And so even after the conversation, he was like, I hear you sing, and this is the time. This is the time where I had my single "Out Biggest Dreams Come True." And I did my single, did a video for it, and per persons were liking it, and they really found out who I really was through this project. And so I'm like, yeah, I can hold a note, me, I can hold a note, you know. And he's like, I want you to be on my next album. I'm like, okay. I didn't get excited because I've been promised things before by different people. You're gonna be in my next movie. You're gonna be in my next play, and da 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 da.
Right.
So I'm more of an action person. Once we get the action part going, I get excited. Other than that, I'm going on with my life. But he was a man
Right.
true to his word. He sent me all the things I needed to. I'm like, do I need to fly to Ecuador? But no, he sent me all the things I needed. He I went to the studio, and my engineer, who actually produced my single, uh, we um, we did the song, and what we did was it's actually called on the Fury album. It's called My Buddy the Crow, and in that I lend my background vocals to this particular song. And so it's me and another artist as well. And so we're just kind of battling in background, back and forth, in this song. And so as time went on, um, he submitted my name, and also my engineer who was helping me here locally. He submitted both our names to the Academy for credit. So literally, my engineer, he's also Grammy nominated as well.
Mm.
Um, so submitting our names, and their album released late August of this year, doing incredibly well. I tell you, right now I think it's number one in Italy, like globally. And so
Wow.
even in the sense of the artists that he allowed to collaborate with, he chose us by hand. He literally chose. There's some in the States. There's some from Canada. There's some from abroad. Like Africa. Like he literally chose us by hand, and so and submitting all of our names as well. And so I'm like, that's the definition of literally paying it forward. And
Mhm.
so considered for the Grammy, and then after November 8th came, and they had nominated, they made the title of announced all the nominations, and he made the list for Best Contemporary Blues Album. So now we went from a consideration to Grammy nominated. And before I put anything on social
Wow.
media, I went to him. I'm like, Antonio, what does this mean? What does this actually mean,
What does
sir?
that mean
Confirm before
Hey,
for
I'm
you.
me?
confirming
Yes.
because
That
I
is
was going to say to
such
my
a
wife,
blessing.
exactly. I was like, sir, what does it mean? I don't know what does it mean. And so he has a great marketing team, and he's like, you are now Grammy nominated. You are a Grammy
Wow.
nominated artist.
Ah,
I like me.
amazing.
Me? He's like,
Wow.
yes, you are a Grammy nominated artist. And so I ran with it, and so that's the gist of it. I still can't believe it. Still present day. Even though I talk about it constantly. Well, I feel like I talk about it constantly in my mind. But but yeah, it's like this is something that no one can take away from me.
Right.
You know,
Wow.
come February 2nd, our prayer is to change that nomination to winner.
Mhm.
If it happens, great. We're winners now. If not, I'll be nominated until I get to the next Grammy thing and become a winner, right? So, it definitely boosts a lot of things. Boosts my confidence. I love my voice even more now. My singing voice. You can't tell. I've been singing around the house so much.
Can't tell me
Oh,
nothing.
you can't tell me nothing. I'll be at the Grammys February. Excuse me, Beyonce, I gotta get to the stage. Excuse me,
Right.
Jay-Z.
Excuse
I gotta get to the stage. Gotta get to the stage. But yeah, literally, as my song states and my book states, this is literally my biggest dream come true.
That's what I kind of wanted to segue into as well, because I know that you have the single and then you have this book, and everything kind of ties into how you started and how you believe in yourself. Can you kind of give us just a encouraging word or some things that you told yourself to kind of keep going? How did you know that this was going to pay out? What did that mean to you? How did you keep faith?
It was more of a feeling. It's definitely more of a feeling when I wanted to. I was talking about this with persons in my network. I was like, literally, season five was going to be it for me. Season five, I'm like, I'm done with this show. No one's getting it. No one is listening. No one's watching. Even though people watching, listen every day, but I'm like, no one's getting it. I'm not seeing the numbers I want. Right? Why haven't I gone viral? All this other kind of things just kind of creeping in my mind. And so season five was literally when I changed with the logo you see today to fit more of what daytime looks like. And I was like, you know what, man, Buffett, I spent all this money for nothing. So I'm just gonna end it all and just focus on education and just let it, just live a life of work, retire and die. but but something on the inside, because I'm a Christian, so
Mhm.
something on the inside of me wouldn't allow me to stop. The God in
First
me
things
wouldn't allow
first.
me to
Yep.
stop. The God wouldn't. I'm like, you gotta keep going, because the more I wanted to stop, I would get people. Your show's making a difference. Your song, I love your song. I love. I'm like, wow, okay, you're really listening. All right, I guess I gotta keep moving. Even though say it's those interviews, I'm just like, I
Mhm.
think even when I was interviewing Lavelle that day, I needed that boost because I was like, no one's getting him. But let me go ahead and interview Lavelle, I guess, and see what's going on, what's
See
gonna
what
happen.
happens. Yeah.
But yeah, it's just like, and you just have those moments. So, but it was just, even though I wanted to give up so bad. I mean, I wanted to give up so bad and just stop. But I'm just like, I can't, because that would have been a conflict within me. And the show is really blessing people, and that's what I want to continue to do. So I'm in it for the long haul. If I got to do it a few more years, great. If God wants me to say, okay, that's enough, stop today, I got to do it. But I'm gonna continue to do it. That's what that's what keeps me going. As I call my audience, I call them the Fink fam. So you
The
got
Fink
they ride or die.
fam.
You ride or die. They be with me.
Young
So
Finkies.
oh, come on, hashtag trademark.
That's them M
Right.
Finkies.
Put that
That's my M Finky right there.
put it on the shirt right now, Michael.
M
Now.
M Fink.
That's it. That's it.
Now
And then
when
so
that come big, you let me know now.
If I
her,
got
she
you.
said she want her
Listen.
10%. Um
To the church.
to the church, down to the tithe. But yeah, and so what is your book called again? Can you remind all our transcenders out there?
Yes, so my book is called Next My Biggest Dream Come True. It's actually a book to assist you as I went through what that looks like for me in my process to get you to your next biggest dream. And so, what I love about it though is that it's actually a journal as well. So after each chapter, I give you some
Mm.
reflective questions to you for you to think about, right? Because chapter one is about your vision.
Mm.
Write the vision, make it plain, right? So at the end of that, reflect the questions, and you get to write out your answers in the book. So everything you need is right there. It's right there. So I put a lot
Wow.
into this, into the song, and I was like, oh, I wish more people would just read it and just follow their passions and follow their hearts,
Live your
because
dream.
live your dreams, because life is too short.
I'm gonna have to get that book because I your girl loves a good diary. Now
Yeah.
I'll be in there.
Come
My biggest
on.
dreams, you said, Mike, you said my biggest dreams come true.
My biggest dream come true.
Okay.
Yeah, it's on our website, michaelfinkleyshow.com. If you go to the
Mm.
top of the screen where it says Finkley Store, click on that, and then it'll pop right on up.
Okay, and then how can they listen to your single or any music that you have?
I'm so excited. I'm gonna make an exclusive announcement as well. So after that, remind me of that, because Laura, I'll be forgetting. Um, But Biggest Dream Come True, the single is everywhere. It's on all streaming platforms. We are on Apple, Spotify, Amazon, iHeartRadio. The list continues. So it's everywhere. So stream it today. And next year, we're actually working on a full album of positive
Oh
songs.
wow.
I've been writing songs for the past oh my goodness, 13 years in my black notebook. It's around here somewhere. And I would always tell God over the years, oh my God, this is some good stuff. Why is that? I'm like, this should be on the radio. This should be on the radio. You know, people need to listen to this. That. So now it's that time. Now it's that time. So be looking for that project next year. Next year. Yeah. I haven't
Okay.
told you about that.
Exclusive. You heard it here.
Exclusive.
Transcending the culture. Tiff, did you have any questions for Mr. Finkley?
No, just my final thought. You go through everything in life, Mike, and you've been holding down seasons for a long time, and I just wanted to let you know, just keep moving forward. You will definitely have glitches. You'll definitely have glitches. You doing that big interview with Lavelle Crawford, that was big, and that was your tester right there. You're going to have tests. You're going to have testimony, and this is your journey. This is our journey.
Yeah.
Okay, and we have hit snags and rags and falls, slips and everything, like we living in Minnesota where they got the snow going hard right now. So, with that being said, just keep going. Don't stop. Use that voice because you have it. And you have everybody out there that's watching. Obviously, we're going to be watching for you when you get that ground. Because we'll be like, that's Michael Fink right there. That's that Mike Knight right
That's my
there.
dog.
That's Micah Knight. Because I'm going to be in that on the mic. That's Micah Knight right there. So you know that's me. So I'm just saying, just
I'm
keep
like, ain't
pushing
nothing but
forward.
Tiff. Ain't nothing but Tiff.
There ain't nothing but that. You just keep moving forward, Mike, and I appreciate everything that you're doing for, um, your people and us and everything. I'm glad we had you on our show as our first interviewer for the first for the first episode of season 3. I'm
Season 3. Kind of
season 3,
trucking along
baby.
now.
Telling you. You better look it.
Oh, I think James over there frozen. I'm like,
James,
oh, he might.
see, look, I
I'm
done
thinking
got to
he. I'm thinking he about
him. He
to.
done.
Froze my bro, Lord.
Oh man, Tiff, what you done did now? Dang, they said don't touch nothing. They said come in here and act right. Don't touch nothing.
There we go.
We ain't gonna talk to nobody crazy. You gonna act right. I ain't gonna act like shit. That's my show. That's my show right there. That dog gonna fry after that.
I think this this season premiere was super dope. I'm
Absolutely.
to you for all the extra added support that you give us.
Yeah.
It's really cool, and I think more so just because you know this game and you know this industry, and most people do not support each other.
Yeah.
So I thought it was dope how you came onto the platform last year and really day one after that, like you fully started supporting. And it's crazy because you know this yourself that we always question what we're doing and if we're doing good or if what we're doing really
Mhm.
makes sense and if people are getting anything from it. And in a lot of ways, you helped me to see some of the things that I'm doing that I've been doing for forever. But to me, it's just kind of natural everyday shit. So I'm just like, whatever,
Yep.
it's not making an impact, but it's cool to know where I'm making an impact at. And I've started to see it a little bit more and kind of, have been recognized a little bit more for some of the things that I'm doing. And it's really just opening my eyes. So there's a lot of things that you're showing me along the way. Just like
Yep.
you keep telling me that there's a lot of things that you're getting from me. And I think it should always be that way,
Of course.
especially in this industry and between us. Um, and it's just not that way most of the time. So I really do appreciate you for all the support that you give us. I fully support everything it is that you're doing. You've got so much amazing stuff coming. I'm just happy that you were willing to come on to our season premiere, which, what better, for you to get the first episode of the season. I think it's really amazing.
Yeah.
And that's it. Any kind of final words or anything that you really want to get out there to viewers?
Exclusives.
Well, locally, um, this November 30th, locally here in South Carolina, I'll be in my first stage play. It's called Yes,
Wow.
Yes, Yes,
Yes, an
Yes. Um,
actor. Yes.
Yes, we're gonna add it to our repertoire,
Yes.
and it's called "You Know Your Mama Can't Cook." And so I love it because it shows the holiday
Where?
feeling, and the problems that we go through within our families, but how we get through them together. And so, yes, so it's one show right now. Hopefully, we can get us on the road. But yeah, I was again adding it to my repertoire in that sense. But I would definitely want to leave an encouraging word. Just to say, this is how I always end my show. Pursue your dreams. Pursue your dreams. Only person that's stopping you is you. Right? So pursue your dreams. Someone's out there waiting on you. Don't you dare be stingy. Someone's out there waiting on you. Because that dream could lead to so much more for someone else. That could actually heal somebody. That could make someone live a little bit longer. Right? It's something in that regard. So what are you waiting on? What are you waiting on? Make it happen. Yeah. Pursue your dreams.
Message.
Thank
Message.
you so much.
Wow.
Everybody who was watching, join me in thanking Mr. Michael D. Finkley for coming onto the platform once again. We will absolutely have you on again. And I know you support all the other stuff that we have going on in different
Of
platforms.
course.
And you have had the ladies of Open Letters to a Survivor on your radio platform, which I thought was super amazing, and I appreciate you for that.
They really enjoy themselves. Yeah.
Listen, you ain't got to tell me. Amanda's still messaging me about So they thoroughly enjoyed the opportunity and the process, and I'm really grateful to you for supporting all the stuff that I have going. Thank you so much for coming on. I think we're good here, man.
Well, thank y'all again.
Absolutely. You have a good evening.
Much.
We will talk.
Okay.
All right, sir.
All righty.
Bye.
Thank you,
Bye,
Mark.
y'all. Bye, y'all.
Bye.
Really dope.
Yes.
Yes,
Love it.
Ooh, y'all just took the reins for a minute. I was like, oh shit, okay, I could just sit back and chill for a minute. I had it on mute. And
It was true. You was asking all the questions at the beginning. I'm like, can't ask this one.
Yes.
Shit,
That's why I made sure I went first.
I'm glad Tiff went first. And I was like, well, look at these questions. What? Man, listen.
I'm like, not today. I'm about to get my the devil's lie. Because when Cat get going, she get going.
Look,
Don't do me now.
Scratch. Dang, she said, really? Well, I'm gonna reword that in another way.
I said, I wonder if they saw what I said, because I know they ain't hear it because I was on mute. But I was like, oh, this bitch ready. Okay.
Oh my goodness.
Ready and willing, baby.
It's all cool. Listen, I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. I think that there is a certain element and a certain dynamic that the three of us bring together. So that's why I'm always like headstrong on all of us.
Absolutely.
Because I think that we do bring an amazing dynamic there. We bring something that nobody else is really offering.
Or that cat, the yapper.
I got two. I got one for each one of y'all. Tiff and Corey. Come on now.
But yeah, for me, it's not about competing with other platforms and other podcasts and stuff. I just think that I think that our superpower is just that we just do what we do. Like, we do what we do. We have a good time, and I love the dynamic and the element.
Yeah.
So I appreciate y'all. I appreciate Michael Finkley for coming onto the platform.
Absolutely. He was fun.
Yeah, most definitely. And, obviously he'll be back. We got a lot more amazing guests who are going to be coming onto the platform. So everybody just keep watch, stay tuned, make sure that you are following us all on social media, and make sure that you are hitting up the website, ugdigital.com. But I also want to make sure that I plug the site for you to catch all of the playbacks. And that is down in the ticker on the bottom. It is UGD podcasting and radio.info. So if you go to there, you can catch all of the past episodes, all of the videos. And yeah, I appreciate that, Corey. Listen, we're not even we're not even looking at it because it's for me, it's not about that. And I get the stance that others take, and I get why other people move the way that they move. But I think when you just do your own thing, you don't have to.
It'll all fall into place. Yeah.
I've never from a position of competition or anything like that because I just don't have time for it. I just do what I do, and
Absolutely.
and that's it. And the success comes from there. So all that said, let's get back to them topics. Time is now 8:28. We are about an hour and a half in. We're gonna finish up these topics so we can get off of here because Tiffany gonna be yawning in a minute. Listen, we started a whole hour earlier because we knew.
Two times already. Y'all just ain't even know it.
I know. I said she over there. She like, what was it, like the cartoons? You had toothpicks in your eyes, so that.
But this has been really amazing. So it kept me alive. But Mama Auntie getting older. That's how you know how when the teenagers be like, I had a growth spurt, and they sleep longer and they have a growth spurt. Man, listen here, baby. I'm getting older. I'm having a growth spurt for real. So that goes along with the older generation too. When you have a growth spurt, you're getting older. Yeah, and
you having a shrinking.
A shrinking, is that what it is?
Yeah. And listen,
I don't need to get no shorter.
Before we get into them topics, I want to shout out Coffee Brown. They are friends to the network on the platform before. They are going to be coming back on the platform, but they dropped a new single today. Make sure you hit streaming platforms, Apple Music, Spotify, all of the platforms out there where you get your music from. Coffee Brown, they have a new single that dropped today.
On Spotify?
Yeah, it's on all of them.
Okay.
They are bringing back those Tuesday releases because everybody's stuff has been coming out on Fridays, for the past few years. Took it back to Tuesdays. They dropped a new single today. So make sure you guys get on all the streaming platforms and download their new single. That is Coffee Brown, Friends to the Network, and they will be back on the platform. But,
yes, I love the interview with Coffee Brown. You guys don't know it's they had the song After the Party. That was my jam. So yes, I cannot wait to see what they drop today.
They're doing super good. Like they're really doing good, and they're doing really good.
I'm glad to hear. I love when I see artists, that had a lot of success a few years back, and now they're really bringing that old school feel back to music. And I think that's what we really need, honestly.
Yeah.
Their new single is called "Simple Things," so that dropped today.
Oh, okay, Simple Things.
Make sure that you guys. I'm sorry, it dropped yesterday.
Can't wait to hear Simple Things.
Make sure you guys download that, check that out. That is Coffee Brown. And yeah. All right, take it away, Kate. Yeah.
All right, guys. So we have a little exclusive little scandal that came out. If you guys don't know, Lisa Ray was recently on Carlos King's podcast. And she actually gave us some tea that had been speculation for years. So if you guys don't know, she was previously friends with Nicole Murphy, who was Eddie Murphy's ex-wife. And she found out that she was cheating with her man. She was sleeping with Lisa Ray's husband, allegedly.
Okay.
And so Lisa Ray kind of told everybody, how she found out and what all was going on. So she said that that her and her husband had a private plane, and on the manifest you have to list everywhere, who's on the plane and where it's going. And she saw that her man and Nicole went to Turks and Caicos, and so she called her friend up like, "Girl, Turks and Caicos with me, so where the heck, what are you doing?" And she said that Nicole had been ducking and dodging her ever since, and that she had to go look for some evidence on her own. And she also came across a videotape of her man and Nicole. Now, she didn't specify exactly what was going on in the tape. She said that they were together and that it was clear that they were together and that they were lovers. So this is what she did. She went and sent the tape to Nicole Murphy's then boyfriend, Michael Strahan. So a lot of people always, Michael and Nicole were, I believe they were engaged at one point. And then the relationship, just after years, they came to a sudden split, and there was a lot of speculation. So it has been confirmed from Lisa Ray that she was part of the reason why they broke up, and that somebody had to stop her from, her words, beating Nicole's ass for sleeping with her man. So what do y'all think about that? What would you do if you found out someone that was at your bachelorette party with your husband?
You know what? I knew of the story just because of all of the news and the hoopla that surrounded Lisa Ray and her divorce.
Yeah.
The premiere Turks and Caicos. So I kind of had known about some things. Obviously this piece of it kind of really just came out. I'm sure it's kind of been out there somewhere because, of course, Carlos King, he kind of had some information on it. He asked her about it, so he kind of knew a little bit of something. But I think at this point, it's just interesting to hear. I mean, it's been over 10 years now since he and she have been divorced, and I mean, they're even at a friendly place now where they're kind of considering each other to be friends and that sort of thing. But it's just interesting to hear. These celebs, they ain't no different than the average.
Than a regular person.
A lot of the same shit. So it's just interesting. Obviously she was married to Eddie Murphy for so many years.
Mm-hmm.
Strahan at that time, and it was funny how Lisa Ray told the story though, and she said that at the bachelorette party that her mother was like, "You need to watch that one right there," and then she ended up.
She said, "Not Eddie's wife. I gotta watch Eddie's wife." Her mom said, "Yes, that's not your friend." And what happened? And it's so crazy because I remember my mom would tell me, somebody be like, "That's not your friend," and I'm like, "Mom, that is my friend. What you mean?" And then later on, they crossed me, and I'm like, "Dang, my mom seen something that I personally didn't see." So yeah, that was just really crazy. Tiff, what would you do? Would you be ready to beat somebody's ass if they sleeping with your husband? What would you do if this was your friend?
I think just knowing me,
it takes two. Yeah, because at the end of the day, you gotta realize like it takes two. So the question is, would you be mad if your husband even engaged in it? You know what I'm saying?
Disclaimer: Tiffany is a gangster, and I need y'all to understand that Tiffany is
on the low.
She presses the pastor out. So
yes.
Go ahead.
On the low. Yeah, I think it's like
she said on the low.
It's super dirty for somebody to do that, be in your face one, and you, oh God, it's because you don't never want that to happen to you.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And it's just wrong. I would have to super pray. Like, I probably would snap. I probably would. Yeah, I can't even front like that. I probably would. But if it happened, like if you hear about it a couple of years later, I don't know. I probably would.
I still snap. I don't care.
Yeah, I think I'm right.
Respect, okay.
Yeah.
I got equal opportunity hands, so I got one for him and one for her, baby.
That's what I'm saying because he engaged in it too. He engaged in it too, and he's not. He's so not off the hook. What? He's so not off the hook by far.
Let's see. Kim said she can have her turn. Send him home when you're done, girl.
I can't stand Kim.
Ah man, Kim.
I really can't stand her.
Not to send him home.
As long as he come, as long as he know we're home, man.
Girl, she almost made me cuss. You know what? F that. Hell no. You leave this house and you engage in some activity while you're out. Come home, get your stuff, and go. Back to her.
Yeah, but Lisa Ray, you know, she has a tendency to be with these men. You know, they may be royalty,
Well,
they may be, you know,
yeah,
very
true fact. But
wealthy.
that's on her though.
You know, so I don't know. But yeah, Nicole would have
Ain't,
definitely got that 1-2 for me for sure. For
ain't no
sure.
sense in you
And
getting, man.
I wouldn't have cared if it was 15 years later, we on the red carpet, girl. I'm gonna get you because you shouldn't have did that to
I'm
me.
gonna get you.
Nah,
It ain't
if
gonna
you
be
would,
today.
it,
It ain't
it
gonna be tomorrow.
may not be tomorrow, but I'm gonna get you. So yeah, I couldn't believe that. So you know, my thoughts is going out to Lisa Ray because I'm a big Lisa Ray fan. I call myself the negative Lisa Ray because Lisa Ray always wearing white. I like to wear black, you know. So, uh, so shout out to Lisa Ray, girl. Yeah, that was a dirty situation, but hopefully, you know, she can move on from that and you know heal from it. But I'm glad she's talking about it because there was a
Yeah.
lot of speculation over the years on what happened in both of those relationships.
Yeah.
Wow. Right.
So moving on, y'all, we have an update on Diddy Watch, guys. Yes, it hasn't been a lot going on because, as we know, he is still in custody, in federal custody in prison.
Mm-hmm.
But Diddy has been working with his attorney on his defense, and he has shout out, you know, to prosecutors and say that they were dead wrong because they raided his cell and they found what they said was incriminating evidence. So what they found a couple things. So first, they found evidence of him saying that he paid millions of dollars to a female celebrity friend to defend him in public. And he wrote the date, a certain date on it, and the date matched the exact date that Kalina, the singer from Diddy Dirty Money, how when she came out in defense of him. And a lot of people said the way that she talked and all those things, and especially knowing before he went to jail, he had called her 50 plus times over and over. So a lot of people are speculating that she is the woman that he paid off. So a lot of the prosecutors are very upset, and they're looking at if this could possibly lead to additional charges. So they found that, and they also found evidence of him orchestrating different people to post on social media on his behalf. So on different holidays or different times, he was posting his children or family pictures, and the prosecutor believed that he is trying to paint this image of himself in public as a family man, and that he's trying to basically taint any jury's bias on him because they're going to come in thinking that he's a good person because he's posting all these things. So what do you guys think about that? Do you think that it's fair that they came and raided his cell when he said that those were items that were going to his attorney? Or what do y'all think about Kalina possibly being paid off to defend him?
I mean, I think I think the average person kind of, you know, sensed already that, you know, she had been paid off. You know, she was speaking the way that she was, kind of based on him and probably him asking her to kind of cover up for him. But I think the thing that now, you know, the fans, they say that this raid had been planned really for months or for however long before Diddy was even in there.
Right.
I think the thing that just bothers me, like all the other shit aside, I think what really bothers me is just the fact that he would even have like these type of notes and like all of that kind of stuff, you know, really accessible or even there or even be writing notes about who you paid off. And I don't understand. I don't understand how he needed to write that information down. It just kind of it makes you wonder, like, how stupid really is he? Like all the shit that keeps coming up. It's like these are the reasons why they will not let him out.
Right.
So it's evidence. It's literally evidence.
We got so many people who are saying he should be let free and he should be able to, you know,
he's trying it.
This is the reason why they won't let him be on bail. Like, just sit your ass down and quit doing dumb shit. Like at some point, like he should, but he's not a criminal at all. So he's doing dumb shit. He's doing dumb shit.
He's trying it. He's been trying to get his lawyer to still get him out. I'm just shaking my head like this.
But I mean, even if he hadn't done some of this stuff, he has a heavy reputation of paying people off,
Yeah.
silencing people.
Yeah.
Like this shit has followed him really his entire career.
Yeah.
Like this stuff is just coming up or anything. Like definitely all of the late 90s all the way up until now. Like this shit has followed him. So that's the kind of stuff that they're looking at. Like keep in mind, people have been complaining and making complaints and saying stuff about Diddy years for at least 20 years. Like people have been saying this stuff, but they ain't been able to prove it. And he's got enough money to sit you down. And I mean, go. I would love to hear. I would love to hear from a lot of the artists, like the wonders, the one hit wonders, who came onto the label and they might have released a project that didn't come. And it's a number of them. One right here in Cleveland. So it's a number of them. I honestly would love to hear from. Not necessarily hearing from them just in terms of like, what did he do to Cassie and that kind of stuff? Because a lot of that stuff they probably never saw, or they probably were not around those things and they probably didn't see it. But I would imagine that they've probably seen or experienced other shit that's coming that these people are talking about. Kim, of course, Kim gonna say that. Free brother love. She's
not
cool.
the free brother love. Free brother.
And not all his aliases and names.
Free Shaka.
I mean, it sucks.
You gotta add the new one, the diddler. That's what they call him now.
Not the diddler. Diller.
I mean, the reality is it sucks, but you have a lot of artist-wise that were on Bad Boy that I'm quite sure could tell you a lot of shit. Like, go back to the Locks. Like he's had deceptive practices for a long time. You remember they had the whole campaign of trying to get off of Bad Boy.
Right.
Yeah.
Rough Riders. So it's a lot of stuff I believe that has gone on over the years that just people have been silent about. I would love to hear from a lot of these people because and they say all the time. We say all the time. People say all the time. What's done in the dark is going to always come to light at some point. And I just think a lot of his shit is catching up to him finally. And this never would have happened if he had just paid Cassie off when she asked him. Like that shit only came out from Cassie because he told her no.
Right.
It was a snowball effect, right? Yeah. And it just once it got away from him, it just got too big, and now he's done.
Yeah.
Yeah. He just should have just. He should have just did what he was supposed to do.
So
and none of this wouldn't have happened.
So you'd have paid her off, meaning you done took money out of the pot that you were supposed to be using in the first place to secure your bail.
Yep.
Yeah, and he's gonna lose everything, including his freedom. So yeah, he should have paid that. Should have paid that money, that the bag.
Yeah.
But
I think I think some stuff is really gonna come out. Like they don't just keep you incarcerated if they really don't have anything. And so many people are like, they ain't got nothing, and he probably gonna end up going free. More shit is gonna come out of it because they don't just keep you caged up, and you ain't dead. Like,
they're not letting him go. And his lawyers are arguing, because Jeffrey Epstein and these other white men that were arrested got bail and were sent home, and he's saying that's racist and why won't you send me home? But they told him if you would stop trying to intimidate witnesses, we would send your ass home.
Just leave the witnesses alone and then we can send you home. But we're going to send you home and then you're going to just probably do a drive-by by the house. Hey man, come outside for a second.
But like that. If they let you out, that you won't have any contact. There won't be any way for you to have any contact with them. But you're finding ways to make contact with them from the inside, so you can pay them off to do. Like
Isn't that tampering with evidence? Is that kind of like tampering with evidence? Him,
and
yeah, that's what I thought.
They said he's looking at some of those charges because, you know, those phone conversations, those wiretaps that they had before he got arrested, he was already tampering with evidence before he was in there. So that was a whole big reason of why they got him so quickly, because they said they weren't even going to get him. They weren't even ready to arrest him yet, but he kept doing shit.
Yeah.
And they was fearful for the victims, you know,
that as we all really, saw,
you know, kill them, especially after, you know, people were coming out, Kid Cudi and people saying, you know, he blew up my car and he did this and did that. And these are not just reputable people. I think once the video came out and people saw what he was truly capable of, I think that it just changed the whole opinion, you know, of everybody kind of swayed.
Right.
And you see Meek Mills and all those people that was so pro Diddy, now they, man, miss me with that.
Right.
Right.
Right. Right.
Right. Well, the only person sticking by his side is Stevie J. That's it.
Right.
Yeah.
So that whole situation at hand is sad, and you know, you just gotta you know, it's really sad. It's really sad. I hate to see anything like that go through, you know, through anybody, but it is what it is, bro. Just keep your mouth shut. Period. Keep your mouth shut. Whatever you're trying to send to your lawyers, do that later. Call them. Just call them.
Yeah. I think it's a mess, but you know, we'll see.
It is a mess.
You know, we'll see. I'm just eager to see what because I think it's
it's going to be a shit show. And as we know, you know, the Young Thug trial was a shit show. And Thug home, you know, they had to end up basically freeing him because the prosecution messed up the case so bad, you know, that he, you know, so when Diddy goes to trial, because he said he's taking it to trial, he's not taking any kind of deal or anything. So when they take it to trial, it's really going to be on the prosecutors. And I mean, and this is the feds, this is not just a county. So I think it's going to be a lot more, you know, they have the funding to crack those tapes and, you know, all that evidence that they got from his house. So I think it's going to be a lot of, you know what, I think they're going to probably shut down and seal. They're probably going to seal the case. The case probably going to be sealed, not televised or anything, because it's just so much at stake and so many big names, and it's so many, the sheer amount of victims. I just don't think that I think we're not really going to find out. We're going to find out details from people that are in the courtroom and then what happens after, but we're not going to really get, you know, the nitty gritty for real until it's really happening. So we'll keep you guys posted on Diddy Watch. You know, we've been following this case. We have actually been on the case since before he got arrested. If you guys don't remember, we have been covering Diddy.
Sure have.
So make sure you watch us and we'll give you all the details. So let's move on to one nightmare to another. What do y'all think about the elections and the Cheeto in charge? Why did they do that?
Did she say the Cheeto?
Bro, let me tell you what. I don't, you know, this is what this country, let me get my words. James, you go first. I get my thoughts.
Take your time. That's what they say at church.
I gotta get my thoughts.
Nah, I just, you know, without going too deep into it, you know, without going too deep into the political side of it, I just think that, you know, it's a result of a lot of us not going out to vote. I mean, yes, a lot of us did go vote, but there's a lot of us who did not.
They didn't. And that's the thing that happened the first time.
So, I mean, at this point, can't do nothing about it. Just don't have to roll with it. I think that the average people like me, like yourself, like Tiff, like, you know, those out there who are working day in and day out and making sure that they are doing the responsible thing and taking care of their business, I think that they're going to be okay. Like, he's not the first bad president that you know, we should not have had. And I think he'll be okay. But the people who ain't working, they got something coming. And they're gonna feel it. And, you know, you can't do nothing but roll with the punches at this point.
Right. I wanted to
Basically,
say
it is what it is.
I want to say something. I had saw something very interesting. That actually friends of the show King Teeth had posted, and this was on election night. If you guys didn't know, election night was my birthday. So that was like the worst birthday present ever. Like waking up and be like, oh my God, I always wake up in a cold sweat. Like I'll be having the TV on, like, who got it? And I mean, my heart broke. But what King T said was Donald Trump was gonna keep running until he got that second term.
I think so
He was
too.
gonna keep going. So it kind of was like, let's just bite the bullet now and be done with him forever. Like he was gonna keep those Trumpies, the Make America Great Again people. I think it was just gonna keep. He was not gonna stop. And so I think, okay, let's go. Let's let him, have his fun or whatever. And, and then we'll be done with it. We're going to have to clean up the mess. We did it before. We've done it before, and we never really had no good presidents until Obama. Y'all act like happy with Bush and Clinton and Reagan and all them people. We've been kind of under the thumb of a idiot white man. So I don't know why people are surprised that, this is the American way, honestly. So, I just know that a lot of our people, our black people, our black and brown people, our LGBTQ people, our women, our young women. I think a lot of us have made the decision that we just have to live our lives and do the best that we can, and that we really can't, pay attention to what all he got going on. And we just I've seen a lot of people, they planning to move, or they're doing their businesses. A lot of people are going harder on their businesses because they're prepared for the backlash in the
The word.
economy and things like that.
Did
So
you see where? Did you see? Did you see where they had the celebrities moving to Whoopi Goldberg said she was
yeah,
moving.
they're moving.
Samuel L. Jackson said he was moving to Canada. What was the other one? I was like, wow.
Yeah, a lot of them are moving, and we don't really have that luxury, and it kind of sucks.
No.
But we'll see. And a lot of the MAGA supporters have been facing backlash. Have you guys seen that a lot of people that voted for Trump, they're getting uninvited to Thanksgiving? Their kids are stopping to talk to them. A lot of them are getting uninvited from family events, and family won't deal with them because of what how they voted. So do you guys agree with that stance? Would you treat somebody funny if you found out they voted for Trump?
I mean, it did not. Well, here's the thing about this country. I think this one was like totally different because you guys look, the majority of the country, except for 5 states, voted for this man. Whereas back then, when he ran, it was not that many people who voted. It's the count how many votes that you get. You can have like half of the country vote for the Democrat and have like maybe 5 or 6 states vote. That is the numbers. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it was the majority. And 2, nobody is ready for a woman president. Let's just keep that clear.
Yeah.
She just so happened to get in it because she ran vice president. Okay, we're not voting for vice president. We voting for president. Nobody is ready for a woman president. It's just not. I don't think it's ever going to happen. I mean, I don't know.
I don't know. I think honestly, I think it's going to take for a lot of the, and I don't mean to say sound brash when I say this, but I think for a lot of the old people to die. A lot of the older people that are holding on to these old ideals, and because a lot of the young kids, the Gen Z kids, they they're trying to have revolutions. They were some of the biggest numbers that voted for Kamala.
Yeah.
But with this race, we were starting out late. She barely had time to. She had a couple months.
She did, y'all. I forgot about that, Kat.
Of Joe dropping out, and she's picking up, the pieces.
The slack.
And it just was like, first of all, they're not ready for a woman. They're not ready for a black woman. They're not ready for a name that they can't pronounce. coming from someone who has a hard name.
But you know what? I'm gonna keep it all the way
That's
funky.
something that people don't like. Like that activates the racist in them.
As far as the name, I'm gonna keep it all the way funky with you, and it pisses me off because you're not gonna tell me that they cannot pronounce her name. They're doing this shit on fucking purpose. Her name.
They doing it on purpose.
They doing that shit.
They doing it on purpose. They doing it on purpose.
Like it's not.
I'm telling you, it's something about a name with 3 syllables that get people. They get to that do something to them. Like, oh, you black people really did it this time. Like, why y'all making
may be stupid, but they ain't that goddamn stupid.
They ain't that stupid. If they could say Anna Kournikova and Arnold Schwarzenegger and all these different names, then you could say Katasha. It ain't that damn hard now.
Or Tasha.
But I'm just saying, like, it's something about that, Kamala, Keisha, something like when you have a really
it's like they trying to be
black name, they're gonna mess it up on purpose because they're trying to be like you said, they're trying to be funny. They're trying to make fun of it. So I just think that it just wasn't the right time. It wasn't even the right time for a white woman. Let's not forget Hillary won. Hillary won the popular vote, but she didn't win the votes that mattered. She didn't win the votes that the electoral college vote. So it's like I kind of had a feeling that it wasn't going to go this way. I thought the American people would have remembered COVID and how badly he fumbled COVID, that maybe they wouldn't have voted for him again. But it's like this motherfucker was
or the Capitol.
This motherfucker was going around calling it the Chinese flu.
Yeah.
The Chinese, like, you were an idiot.
What was that flu? I forget the name of that flu, but yeah, it was pretty bad. But it was the Capitol. It was the Capitol for me. Them people storming the Capitol. This is why I'm like, this country is ridiculously retarded.
But listen, let us do that. Let us go storm the Capitol with Donald Trump in there. I guarantee you it's going to be bodies everywhere. Bodies everywhere. And a lot of those people didn't even get nothing but a slap on the wrist.
He didn't even get him out of jail. Like, you was the one that caused all this rigmarole. You went up there and told them, let's go to the Capitol. So them fools go to the Capitol, get put in jail, and you didn't even get put. Like, you just got that dude shot. You just got that dude shot over in Pennsylvania, and you didn't reach out to that lady. Joe did. Mm-hmm. And that lady didn't want Joe. That lady wanted, like, what kind of shit is girl, bad? It is like a booby, like James said. It is what it is. He about to be in office. We gonna see who Social Security gets put down or let go or whatever else is gonna happen and transpire. Y'all, we just gonna have to stay prayed up. That's why I'm doing this nonprofit, because, honey, I don't know what my life about to be into.
Right. I'm nervous. And, as a woman, it's very scary out here because not only are they taking away a lot of rights, like they want to take away birth control. They want to take away access.
No more Plan B. Better stock up on it.
They don't want abortions. And when people say no abortions, they're not thinking of people that have stillborn children. They're not thinking of people that are having miscarriages. There have been already 10 women that have died because doctors are scared to scoop out the dead remains out of them because that's labeled an abortion. So it's like, this is real life. We really living in the Hunger Games, like I don't even know right now. I'm nervous. I will say this. The last time Donald Trump was president, the whole time I had this uneasy feeling in my stomach all the time when I was out. Like when I was out and like, especially being in Ohio and like, especially like I live in Fairlawn, so I'm gonna be around a lot of white people, and just how
same over here.
How they act.
I saw I'm around as white people.
Exactly, and how they acted around the time. It's not even really so much the things he does; it's that he put this battery in the back of the races, and they be bumping into you at the stores, and they be looking at you crazy,
and do not care
and stuff. And it's just like I really hated living like that. Like when Joe took over, I really breathed a sigh of relief because I was like, okay, it's finally over. And just for us to be going right back into it 4 years later, I'm really, really hurt. But hopefully, we can come together as a country and support each other. And the sad part is that most of the people that voted for Trump didn't understand that Obamacare and the Affordable Care Act were the same thing. So now they're saying, oh, he getting rid of Obamacare, not understanding that they're not about to have health care coverage.
You're getting rid of the Affordable Act too. You're getting rid of all of it.
Yeah, so they like, oh, he getting rid of Obamacare, but hopefully I still got my affordable health care. And I'm like,
but y'all remember, he was screaming that when he first got in the office that he was getting rid of Obamacare. He didn't.
He said he's getting rid of it. And he said he's getting rid of, well, he's going to be doing mass deportation. And while I am a person that believes that, immigrants should go about things the right way, do you know how much that's going to cost? Do you know how much it's going to cost to hire all these officers that's going to have to round up these people, put them and they have to go to some kind of internment camp in the meantime. You can't just take them from their home to Mexico the same day or wherever, Argentina or Italy or wherever they're from. So you're going to have to house them. You're going to have to feed them. You're going to have to clothe them. You're going to have to do all that for so long before you pay for these flights and buses and things. That's going to be a drain on our economy.
Right.
Just like the wall he built. People did not care if they hopped and skipped right over that wall.
Dude, I ain't never seen so many people get broken bones, back broke, died trying to climb over that wall. That is so insane.
Yeah, so it's
that is
like,
so insane to me.
I don't know what's gonna happen. I'm very nervous for the future. But all we can do is stay prayed up, do what we do.
That's all you can
do. As Black people, we used to dealing with worse. So,
Yep.
Somebody said, where y'all want to work at when we go back to slavery, y'all? Where we working at?
We're going back to slavery. We'll be right the hell here.
Be in the kitchen.
Hiring people. That's what I'm gonna be doing.
Tiff, they said, would you pick cotton for $100 an hour?
What? How much cotton you want me to pick, baby? I'm gonna get my boots.
I'll be in there wading the water.
I already told y'all I ain't gonna have my ass outside. I'm gonna be right on the inside serving lemonade.
Let my people go.
I cannot with y'all. Oh my gosh. So let's move on to the next topic. Are you guys excited for the Gladiator 2 movie?
I ain't even seen Gladiator 1.
I ain't seen the first one.
You know what? I'm not even into those type of movies. I'm really not.
Not either.
Really?
Nope.
Yeah, I'm really not either. That's horrible. I'm sorry.
Well, I like the first Gladiator. I'm not gonna lie. I am not a fan of action movies, but a lot of action movies have a good storyline.
Yeah,
so
I am.
Gladiator had a really, really good storyline. It had some good characters, Angelina Jolie, and all of that.
Yeah.
So it was a good movie. So this time, Denzel is one of the stars of the movie.
Right. Right.
Denzel.
Yeah, he is.
Oh, okay.
And so Denzel has been on a press tour talking all about what's going on in Gladiator and things like that. And, we all have a lot of respect for Denzel. Denzel has stated in his movie previously that he would not kiss a white woman on camera because he wants to, he won't turn his back on his Black audience. So that's what he's always said. So now it's kind of got people's heads scratching that Denzel came out and said that for this movie, he actually had a scene where he had a male on male kiss. But it was just a track. But it was cut from the movie.
Yeah.
So and the crazy thing is the director has denied that this kiss even exists. The director came out and said that that's not what happened and whatever. So he's kind of trying to make Denzel out to be a liar. Denzel had doubled down on his claims and said that yes, there was a peck.
Yeah.
But it was cut from the movie. And he said he was just, broadening his horizons because he said he is soon to retire indefinitely from making movies. So what do you guys think about Denzel's little smoocheroo?
Hey man, listen here. Whatever that money, look, if them coins are coming in the crib, listen, it shouldn't even matter now. And that's the thing. No, seriously. And this is where this world is so corrupt because people, is just taking everything to contact anymore. It ain't even funny. You can't even go out here and you gotta watch what you do in these movies, especially if you're married now or have a boyfriend or a girlfriend.
Yeah.
Any little significant move, any little love scene, any little gay scene. You gotta watch it now. People's gonna say this, people's gonna say that. Man, let me tell you what, that dude is a legend. He is legendary. That man, I don't care what you do, cuz them people out there, you keep going because ain't nobody out there gonna stop you from getting your coins. Listen to what I
Right.
say.
Yeah.
His house, our house ain't bigger than that man's house. Our pockets ain't bigger than that man's pockets. Folks need to stop. Yeah, I heard that today. I was like, oh Lord. He said it was just a
Right.
pet.
Right.
I'm sorry,
Yeah.
y'all, I'm flashing. It was just a pet. Okay.
So
Yeah.
yeah, so he also had told claims to people that, he said he's been around the block, that he's a real movie star and that
Yeah.
he has, done everything that what a movie star would do, that he had his time in the streets. And he has confirmed that he said he shot up but did not get addicted. So basically he has claims that he
Wow.
used and shot heroin through his vein for a time. He said he partied and he had his dibble and dabbling in some drugs, but he said he didn't get addicted like a lot of his counterparts.
Right.
So, what do y'all think about Uncle Denzel spilling the beans on everything that's going on when he previously has been notoriously quiet in the media?
My hat's off to that because I never knew that man shot up like that and not get addicted because they say your first high is that high you can't never get back.
Right.
So my hat's off to that.
Chasing that high.
Yeah, you try to chase that first high.
So
You
yeah,
don't
so
never hear that.
everybody on social media, you know what they've been saying
What's
to all his
that?
claims? Shut the heck up.
Oh
Shut
shit.
the heck up.
Right.
Because we already respect you. We
Yeah, you
already
don't want
love
to
you.
ruin it.
We don't need you to ruin it. We don't need you to come out with no more truths. That's enough truths from you. You just stick to yelling in your movies. You just get to yelling and give a motivational speech at the end.
King Kong ain't got nothing
Ain't
on
got
his head.
nothing. Every movie he gon' it's like I
We
know
gonna
who was in
yell.
front of him probably got spit on, like, because he was yelling every movie. So yeah. So yeah, Denzel, we love you. Very interesting tidbits, but go ahead and close that closet on up. Go on and keep them secrets buried, them bones buried, the secrets, let them lie. Because we ain't trying to hear it. We respect you. We don't need to be losing respect for none of our older celebs. It's like y'all get older and just get to tell just acting a fool.
And just telling it all, like we don't really need to hear all that,
Right.
Yeah.
So speaking of
like,
older celebrities, we have congratulations in order. Rapper Lil Boosie is going to be a father of a young girl. Him and his young lover are expecting a girl. They just had a baby shower. With many users saying, how can you be welcoming a baby girl when you just disowned your own daughter for being homosexual?
That's where I'm at.
So James, what do you think about that? What do you think about him?
Same thing you just said.
Make it make sense.
Like, is he even fit?
Right. Are you a fit father? Looking at your other kids, you got the Tootie Raw, you got the rapper that's getting arrested, you got the daughter coming out, and the daughter, is exposing him on different TikToks and videos on, the things that he's doing. Yeah, she's still doing that. Because she also makes music. So she's a musician herself. Yeah, so a lot of users were scratching their head trying to figure out how the heck is he having more kids, but
I mean, come on now. It gotta stop. So we gotta cut it off somewhere. Cut it off.
Shout out to Boosie. And so for our last hot topic, y'all better get y'all wallets ready because it's gonna be a sale, y'all. Spirit Airlines just filed for bankruptcy. So
Arizona, here we come.
At the family
You
reunion, who
get
we introducing,
it.
who we introducing.
My name is Tiffany, and I'm
Yeah.
about to get paid. About to get those good spirit tickets so we can go at the family reunion.
Who
we,
we
I got James
introducing. He can't even take it.
for
So you
the
got,
low of
so you
39.
guys,
I
you
never.
guys,
So what's the sale?
well, they haven't released any sales as of yet. They filed for bankruptcy after a failed merger with JetBlue. So they spent a lot of
Wow.
money during
I
that
thought it was I
merger.
thought it was with Frontier, or was it JetBlue?
Was it? I'm sorry, I might have misspoke. It might have been Frontier.
Yeah.
I'm not sure which one. I think it was Frontier.
Yeah, I think it was Frontier.
But they spent a lot of money, and then the deal fell short, so they were left with the they had already been switching over equipment and names and things. So they spent a lot of
Dang.
money, and then they had to reverse all those things. So that threw them into debt, and they are already in trouble. So that threw them into bankruptcy. So now they're saying that they have no plans of suspending operations. They said that they were going to cut down on some expenses. So a lot of the economists have predicted lowering prices for flights that are already booked, but also they're saying that there may be some flights canceled. We might see some cancellations. We might even see them disappear altogether. So what do you guys think about Spirit Airlines? Do y'all fly Spirit?
No, I never flew Spirit.
I have. It's been a long time though, but I have flown.
Ain't nothing wrong with Spirit. Spirit is like
Hey, let me tell you
Greyhound.
something. I don't know if we want to because there's gonna be some retaliation. Oh, y'all wanna sit up there and cut our pay? Yeah, we gonna cut it.
Right. And yeah,
You
so
ain't crashing me in the airplane.
I love a good Spirit. I only fly Spirit if it's somewhere that I ain't going too far. Like if it's Atlanta or Boston or something. Like I could just take me a quick
Right.
nap and take me a little quick nap. Oh, we here? Okay, all right.
Yeah,
Because
they say it's a smooth flight, just like any
it's
any
smooth.
other flight.
It's just very small and very generic.
Yeah.
So it's just like it's like you feel like you in an office chair and it's just all little and
Okay.
ain't too comfortable. They don't got
Right.
they
Right.
ain't got no they ain't got no in-flight movies. Ain't no
Yeah, it ain't none of that like the
ain't
United.
no TVs. Ain't no Wi-Fi. You might get a little bit of snack. You might not. You might get some water.
Right.
You might not. But I just, I pack my little snacks. I put my headphones in. I usually download me a movie on my phone so I can watch it on my phone without Wi-Fi. And then I'm done, baby. I don't really care. As long as I get to my destination, honey, I get there in a tin can. I don't care.
Okay. Yeah, they
So
yeah, I never flew Spirit ever.
Yeah, I have. I
yeah.
mean, I didn't find it all that bad. I just when you fly Spirit, you just need to follow directions. So, when you go online and you book your ticket, pay for your luggage and do everything you need to do then. Because when you get to
Right.
if you have stuff that ain't done, it's gonna cost you more.
Right.
Right. So
And
that's
usually I didn't have a bag to check anyway whenever I flew Spirit. So
I never check a bag. I have a carry-on, and then my sister taught me a hack for some carry-ons too. But I don't want to release my hack because y'all might try to steal it though. So I don't know.
Oh, I'm still
But
it.
this what I do. I take you look. You got another bag right here, but you bring a cover and you drape your cover over the bag.
Yeah.
So that's what I do. I'll be having two bags. I'll be just having it. Oh, this my cover right here. This my blanket. This ain't nothing. This ain't no wigs and makeup in here. It ain't nothing in here. Just a blanket.
Yeah.
So that's all the hot topics I have for you guys. I will have more hot topics tomorrow. On Cat Got Your Tongue, we're going to be probably talking about some topics we didn't hit today. So I'm going to be talking about a couple 90s TV shows. We're going to talk about Jaleel White, who you guys know as Urkel, and his press run for his book. And we're also going to talk about Full House and one of the actors has been diagnosed with cancer. So make sure you guys look at Cat Got Your Ton tomorrow. We're gonna have fun. So
Okay. All right, y'all. Well, listen, I appreciate
At
y'all.
8 p.m.
Yeah,
at 8 p.m. Yes.
I appreciate y'all. Thank you again to Michael Finkley for coming onto the platform. Definitely, an amazing interview. Make sure that you guys check him out on social media, and make sure that you guys go to michaelfinkleyshow.com for more information on him and to check out some of his past episodes. And we will be back with you guys next Wednesday.
Oh, so we gotta talk about the giveaway.
Oh, the giveaway. Yes.
Go ahead,
Yes.
Tiff. Yeah, go ahead, do that.
So, just to let you guys know that I will be back with these giveaways now. So this giveaway is humongous. Sorry I couldn't get it out to you earlier, but I have a great big basket. I'm talking about the basket is so big itself. I'm just like ecstatic about it. So I have a 12-pound turkey that I will be giving away. Yes, giving away with two big side cans like this big, and it will come with a sweet potato pie. It will also come with a $20 gift card, so you can buy your whatever else you want. It will come with cornbread mix. It will come with possibly 2 cans of cranberry sauce. So you will have the turkey, 2 sides cranberry sauce, and your what do you use? Cornbread, your cornbread, and your pie. So and your gift card. So I think that is going to be worth over almost $100, if that. And it will be given away the day before Thanksgiving. The turkey will be already thawed out for you guys, so you don't have to worry about that. Right now it's frozen. So it will be already thawed out for you guys, and we will come with the time later. It will be probably before noon or at noon. Okay, so we'll get back with you with the flyer. Thank you.
Okay. And that's for people who are in the Akron, Ohio area.
This is for people who's in the Cuyahoga and Summit County. Cuyahoga, we'll probably meet up, or I will give the gifts to James, and you can meet with James. Summit County, um, same thing. It will be between me and Kat, so whoever's closer.
Okay, so that's cool. So we know it's people like Northeast Ohio, so Summit County.
Yeah, Northeast Ohio.
We can figure that piece out, delivery and all that stuff. So, all
Yeah,
right,
we're
y'all.
not going to leave Cleveland out. We're not going to do that.
Well, we appreciate all of you guys for tuning in. We will be back next Wednesday, 7 p.m. And thank you guys for watching us. We are out.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Bye,
Wait.
everybody. Oh,
Everybody, make sure y'all follow me at Cat Queen. And then also I have a new Facebook page for Cat Got Your Tongue. So I will be posting that everywhere. So make sure you follow that. I'm gonna be posting some gossip stories and some fun videos on there as well. So
and also, you can follow me. I have also a new IG page, which is Lady Tiff at 77, Lady Tiff 77 at IG and on TikTok as well. And I have a brand new Facebook page for BOCC, the Breast Ovarian Cervical Cancer Center Support Center. So I will be posting videos and contents and everything and information and all that good stuff. So be looking out for that.
All right, y'all. And I am at Authentically James, and I am James Gray on Instagram. So you guys can follow me there. Of course, you can follow Transcending TC on Instagram to get Transcending the Culture. And it's a lot of other stuff coming out, a lot of new ways for you guys to stay in contact with us. And we have a couple groups, mobile groups and whatnot that you can join. So we'll be getting all that stuff out. Just make sure you guys follow us, and we will see you next Wednesday.
Mm-hmm.
bye.
Bye.